Our nation does not prove it. Our nation is the experiment, the American experiment. History will prove whether it is valid. And therefore, to think of that remarkable responsibility upon our shoulders, and never to forget it is as well a remarkable honor. As I have written, all the eyes of the world are upon us. We ourselves as Americans set the best example. We ourselves realize from the very beginning that we have been blessed by our Creator to be the world's asylum, for as I have written, perhaps some of you have read this question so often, put to pen by me on paper. Shall oppressed humanity find no asylum on this globe? Each and every one of you seated here today are testament that it has. No, I cannot help but think, when I was growing up out west, 120 miles from here, upon a farm my father cut out of the wilderness, which he named Shadwell, for that small little hamlet several miles east of London where my mother was born, that I grew up amongst the people who were here long before any Englishmen arrived. I grew up upon the Monacan people, amongst the Monacans, those of the Cherokee Nation. And I will never forget my family and I was one of 10 children, mercy. I had 3 younger brothers and I had 6 sisters. I know, extraordinary that I even survived. But we were brought up as Englishmen. We were taught English habits, English manners, English customs. A young boy brought up, whenever to be introduced, he'd doff his hat, put his best foot forward, bow down courteously. My sisters, of course, were taught to curtsy. An English lady's curtsy. If you will, very simply, that an English lady would simply put her heels together, put her hands across her tummy, and dip. Never look to the individual to whom they were curtsying. That was considered ill-mannered. A young British girl was brought up to be shy and demure. But the Aborigines I have just referred to, from the Latin word ab, before the original people, before all others, I remember them distinctly as we went to visit them in their camps, as they came to visit us upon our plantation. They would approach in this fashion, and then they would offer their hand as soon as they were within an intimate distance. They were showing what as they approached? They held no weapon. They were approaching in peace, in recognition that we are truly a family of man. It reminds me, if you will, of the longest existing peace treaty between the Englishmen and the Aborigines. Does anyone know where it was initiated? Philadelphia City. A peace treaty between Chief Tamanon of the Lenape and William Penn. A peace treaty effected by no pen to paper, but rather simply by a handshake.